A very good evening to everyone. Welcome in the class. The topic of today's class is air and media sterilization. But before beginning with the topic, let us have a small introduction about an academy. You're watching this video under the channel name Let's Crack CSIR UGC Net. An academy is one of the India's largest platform for the preparation of CSIR UGC Net examination. A little introduction about myself. I am your educator Farida Johar Bandukwala. I have teaching experience of 10 years. I have qualified MP SLET examination in year 2018. If you are opting for an academy, what all things you are going to get? You are going to get daily live classes so that you will be always into that momentum. And in live classes, you can ask your doubts directly with the faculty members. Then the syllabus is quite structured so that you can complete all the 13 units in a limited span of time. The live tests and quizzes are taken so that you can evaluate yourself that how much you have learned so far, and unlimited access towards all the videos which are recorded or which are done in the category of CSIR. Unacademy tries to give as many free live classes as it can. These free live classes are conducted on YouTube. So for getting the free YouTube live class, you just need to subscribe the channel, that is Let's Crack CSIR UGC Net. And for getting the special classes, you need to download the app, that is Unacademy Learning app. When you will download this app, you will be asked to make an account. After making the account, use my referral code FB01 for attending the free live special classes. And if you're going for the free live classes by using my referral code, it's not so that you will be able to watch only my free videos, but you will be also able to watch the free videos of other educators. Recently, there is a discount going on for the Plus subscription. This Plus subscription is a paid subscription, and all the syllabus in a very systematic way is covered on the Plus platform, and various cash courses, short-term courses are conducted on this platform. So for 12 months, the amount that you need to pay is 11,550 rupees, and for 24 months you need to pay 16,800 rupees. And that's also not the end of the story. You can get a 10% discount, additional 10% discount by using my referral code FB01. So do not forget to use my referral code FB01. For 12 months it is going to cost you 10,395, and for 24 months it is going to cost you 15,120 rupees. So use my referral code for special classes and for Plus subscription. And the day when you for which you were waiting to get the Plus subscription is today, because soon the prices are going to increase. So get the subscription, and under one subscription you will be able to watch the videos of all the top educators. You will be able to attend the quizzes, you will be able to attend the mock tests, various courses, various batches, and you can get study material in PDF format. So just go for it. So that was a small introduction about an academy. Let us begin with the topic of today, that is air and media sterilization. Air and media sterilization. So this air and media sterilization, where is it needed actually? It is needed in bioprocess technology. Bioprocess technology. Where is it needed? Needed in bioprocess technology. Now, this is the thing where it is needed. Now, air and media, they need to be sterilized. That is one thing. Now if we are saying sterilization, so what is the sterilization process? So we know it very well, but still we need to know the actual definition of sterilization, right? So sterilization is a term referring to any process that eliminates or kills all form of life. Term which refers elimination elimination or killing of all life forms. Now, which life forms? Including transmissible agents such as fungi, bacteria, viruses, spores, and other things. So, all life forms, specifically in life forms, what all things you are going to include fungi, bacteria, viruses, spore forms, etc. So, sterilization, which eliminates or kills. So, two words you need to remember over here: elimination or killing of the life forms. What are those? Bacteria, fungus, viruses, spores, etc. Now, what are the ways through which sterilization is done? We know quite well. There are various sterilizing agents. Sterilizing agents. So, what are the common sterilizing agents? You know. These days, the most common sterilizing agent, two of the sterilizing agents is being used because of the coronavirus attack. We are in contact with lots of alcohol, that is the sanitizer, and we are in contact with, not directly we are in contact with, but we see everywhere UV sterilization is going on. So sterilizing agents can be chemical agents like the sanitizer or alcohol. Then it can be light, so light in the form of UV light, or it can be steam. So these all are the sterilizing agents. So there can be some other sterilizing agents as well, but these are the most simple sterilizing agents. Now talking about steam, steam is preferred over the other agents. Why is it steam preferred? Steam, it's the most preferable, it's the most preferred, it's the most it is the most preferred agent. Why is it so? Because it is cheap and it is non-reactive. Cheap and non-reactive, high penetrating power. High penetrating power. So not higher than other, but in the safe zone, and in the cheap zone, steam serves as a very good agent, and it's a very simple way to perform the sterilization. Now, when we are seeing sterilization of air and media, so who were the scientists who actually tried to develop the techniques to sterilize the media and steam? So there are scientists, and the names of scientists are Tergeson and Cherry. In year 1902, first studied the sterilization of large volume of air. First studied the sterilization, the sterilization of large volume of air, sorry. So Tergeson and Cherry in year 1902, then Baudillon et al. In year 1917, he actually developed a technique to make the air sterile. So developed the air sterilizing technique. So these two names you should remember in the air and media sterilization. Now, what is the principle of sterilization, air and media? What is the principle behind this? We'll be talking about that. So, sterilization is going to remove infecting microorganisms, and it is going to remove the pathogenic microorganisms or spoiling agent. So, what all thing it removes? Removes infecting microorganisms, removes infecting microorganisms, removes pathogenic microorganisms, removes pathogenic microorganisms or spoiling agents. These three things would be removed in the sterilizing process. Now this sterilization is achieved by chemical or physical means. Achieved by chemical. So chemical, we have seen one of the simple thing, that is alcohol, and physical means, that is UV light. So achieved by chemical or physical agents. Then in physical agent, which is the most common one, so that is the moist heat. Moist heat is most common, and oldest form of sterilization. Moist heat in physical agent is most common, cheap and very old technique, moist heat. After that, it allows for satisfactory industrial sterilization. Moist heat allows for satisfactory industrial sterilization. There are many other points in this. So other method of sterilization is removal of infecting microorganisms. So removal is different than killing, right? So in principle, other thing that we can do is removal of infecting microorganisms. So this removal of infecting microorganism, how would it be done? It would be done by filtration. This is not a killing. It will be done by filtration. So numerous type of filters in the form of papers are available. So filtration. Then this filtration, it depends on various things. Filtration depends on what? All things this filtration is going to depend on. First, it is going to depend on size of microorganism, that what kind of filter would be needed. Then it is going to depend on the retention efficiency of filter, that how much it can retain. So retention efficiency of the filter. These are the two things on which the filtration is going to depend. So remember two things on which it is going to depend. So usually sterilization of gases and biostatic fluids is done by filtration. So filtration is used for filtration is used for sterilization of gases is used for sterilization of gases. There's lots of disturbance, I think, going on in the background. Let me just check it. Just give me a second. So filtration is used for sterilization of gases and for sterilization of biostatic fluids. Biostatic fluids. These are the two things for which filtration is preferred over any other method. Now, this sterilization of gases we have covered over here, right? One of the thing is gases. We need to talk about media as well. So filtration works well for gases, right? Now, talking about sterilization of media, which is in a bulk form, right? So we need to talk about sterilization of media. Sterilization of media. So usually media is sterilized before inoculation, so that after inoculation only a single type of strain would be there. Rest all of the things would be removed. It will be completely free of any living form. So sterilized before inoculation. Sterilized before inoculation. One thing. What other things? Sterilization of media will actually depend on the composition of media. Like if there are some heat labile things present in the media, so maybe those heat labile things should be added afterwards, or a gentler method of sterilization should be there. So it will majorly depend on the composition of media. Sterilization of media depends on composition of media composition. Now sterilization of the media can be done through following ways. So what are those? First is it can be done by boiling, which is a very easier way, and if there are no heat labile things and which can actually endure the boiling temperature, it will be done through boiling. Then it can be done by passive live stream. by passive live steam. So it has got lots of penetrating power, passive live steam. Then by subjecting the medium to steam under pressure, that is in the autoclaving. Subjecting medium to steam under pressure. We would write steam under pressure. So this is our autoclaving. Autoclaving. So these are some of the ways through which sterilization of media is achieved. Now the classical technique of making the medium sterile is by the use of steam, and that can be carried out two ways. So in yesterday's class we have seen batch fermentation, continuous fermentation and fed batch fermentation or culture. So it can be done for batch fed, for batch or for continuous. So that thing we are going to see now. Sterilization. Sterilization by use of steam, by use of steam may be carried out, may be carried out in two ways. And what are these two ways? We need to see. First is batch-wise in fermenters, batch-wise in fermenters or in fermentation. And second is in continuous fermentation. So I hope you people have seen yesterday's class, day before yesterday's class. In day before yesterday's class, we have done batch, fed batch and continuous culture. So in that I have explained this. Continuous sterilization. So these are the two ways. So talking about batch wise, how is it carried out? So this is the most simplest method of sterilizing the media. Very easy because it is like done in batches. So once done, well and good. So it is the simplest method. Simplest method and simplest method for sterilizing the production media. Simplest method to sterilize media. I would write that also, to sterilize media. So the vessel will be equipped with a coil or a jacket for heating and cooling. See, this vessel would be equipped with a kind of jacket, and in this jacket we can run the hot water so that sterilization can take place, and after sterilization a cooling stream would be passed so that now is it can come down to the normal temperature. So vessel is equipped with a coil or jacket, for heating and cooling. And for proper mixing, like imagine there is a vessel, we are cooking something in a vessel, and if you want the heat to be distributed equally, we use a stirrer, isn't it? We use a big spoon for stirring it. We use a wooden stirrer or metal stirrer. So same is the case to distribute the heat evenly, or for aiding the heat exchange, a agitator would be used. Agitator. Agitator may be fitted, may be used to aid heat transfer, or heat exchange. To aid heat exchange. So at what temperature would it be done? So it is needed to raise the temperature of the medium to 120 degrees Celsius. Temperature of media should be raised, should be raised to 120 degrees Celsius. So the temperature of media should be raised to 120 degrees Celsius, and this should be done for how much of time? This should be done for 20 minutes. For 20 minutes before cooling the system, so as to achieve a proper sterilization, right? So there is an interconnecting pipeline between the batch cooker and the fermenter for transferring the sterile medium from cooker to the steam sterilized fermenter. Like if there is a cooker where the media is getting sterilized with the help of steam, and this is a big fermenter where the whole process should be done, so the fermenter would be sterilized at the same time while the media is getting sterilized, and the media would be passed through this pipe, and it will be coming into the fermenter with the help of a connecting pipe. This is the interconnecting pipeline. Interconnecting pipeline. So everyone must have performed those microbiological practicals in which the media is prepared and put on the petri plate, and then streaking would be done or spreading is done, those all things. So in that, what we do, we keep the beaker, we conical flask, we get it sterilized, then we pour the media on the petri plate. That is the way we do. But when media is in bulk, we cannot carry the whole vessel carrying the media. There should be some simpler way. So the simple way is with the help of a pipe. Pipe would transfer the whole sterilized media from the cooker to the actual fermenter. Cooker to fermenter. This is the way. Now, what is the advantage of such kind of batch fermentation? What is the advantage? So, what you do, you keep the cooker for a particular temperature, that is 120 degrees Celsius, for 20 minutes, and then you pass the whole thing into the fermenter. So the batch cooker method saves the production time. Advantages: saves production time. Advantages of batch, I would write like this: saves production time. Saves production time. Since the fermenter is unoccupied between the two fermenter runs, so it saves the production time. Now there must be some limitations as well, because nothing is like 100% with the benefits. So it occupies increased plant space, because one cooker would be needed and one fermenter would be needed, because lots of media would be used for this fermentation process. The cooker cannot be a small cooker, it is again a big thing, so it will need lot of space. Increased plant space. Increased plant space. Then it involves high cost of the additional equipment required. High cost of equipment. High cost of equipment. Then increased steam usage. Increased steam usage. So these are the limitations. Now this was the batch wise. Coming to the continuous sterilization. Continuous sterilization. So this method involves passing of production medium through a heat exchanger, then a holding coil and a cooler. So involves passing of of production medium through a heat exchanger, through a heat changer, comma, a holding coil and a cooler. These all things would be done in a continuous sterilization. The temperature of the medium undergoing sterilization is raised to a desired level in the heat exchanger. Heat exchanger temperature would be raised in the heat exchanger till a desired level, and then medium is passed through a holding coil, then passed in holding coil, in holding coil. So first is heat exchanger, second is passed in holding coil, and third is our cooler. So third is cooler. So finally, the medium is rapidly cooled by counter circulation. Rapidly cooled by counter circulation in the exchanger against the cool input medium, and then against a cool water. Through cool input medium and against cool water, it will be cooled down. So in continuous sterilization, the temperature is higher than 120 degrees Celsius. Temperature here is higher than 120 degrees Celsius. Temperature is higher than 120 degrees Celsius. Now there must be some advantages and disadvantages associated. So what are the advantages? It saves both production time and plant space. Saves production time and plant space. There, the both of the things were a limitation. So here, first advantage is those problems which are in batch, they are rectified over here. It gives improved quality of medium. Improved quality of medium. Improved quality of medium. Then it involves some economy in steam cost. Economical in terms of steam cost. It allows the use of lower sterilizing temperature or shorter holding period. So these are some of the advantages. So these are some of the things that we have seen. Now let us talk about the air sterilization. Though we have seen air sterilization in a very brief that it can be done through filters, but we need to do it a little more in detail, that how the air is sterilized. So talking about air sterilization. So with aerobic fermentation, continuous supply of sterile air is actually required for a successful fermentation. So air sterilization is a is a must for aerobic fermentation. Aerobic fermentation. Right. So what are the ways it can be sterilized? So first is filtration, that we have already read, that filtration is done. Then heat is done. Then electrostatic repulsion is used. Then UV light is used for sterilization, and chemical agents are used for sterilizing. So filtration, various type of filters would be used, such as HEPA filters we have seen in LAF. So HEPA filters are needed. Heating can be done for sterilization. Then electrostatic repulsion would be used, so that the bacterial membrane or the membrane of the microorganism containing any kind of charges would be used for separation of those particles or microorganisms can be done. Then UV light is one of the method which is done these days highly. Then chemical agents, which are in the form of various kind of sprays and gases like ethylene epoxide, those all kind of things are used in the chemical agent. Now the sterilization of air in the fermentation industries is mostly carried out by filtration. Mostly carried out by filtration, because it's a very easier and cheap method, mostly carried out by filtration. So for sterilizing large volume of air, it was studied by Turgensen and Cherry. We have just seen in year 1907. So they used a performed slab wool in 3 inches thick. So performed slab wool 3 inches thick. 3 inches thick for this. So it was done by Turgensen and Cherry. They did this. So the air velocity through the slab was kept below 1 feet per second, so that effective sterilization can take place to avoid channeling through the slag wool material. So velocity was kept below 1 feet per second to avoid channeling through the slag wool material. So this is how it was done, right? So how to conclude the whole thing, the whole process in a very simple language? Let's conclude. But before concluding, here I have used a word, HEPA filters. So what is HEPA? It is high efficiency performance air. HEPA filters used in what? Laminar air flow. LAF, used in LAF. Now what is the conclusion? That sterilization is a term referring to any process which kills or eliminates the microorganisms. Sterilization removes the infecting microorganism. It also removes the pathogenic microorganism, and sterilization is accomplished either by physical or chemical means. Sterilization of the media can be done by boiling, by passive live steam, or by autoclaving. And air sterilization can be done by filtration, heat, electrostatic repulsion, UV light, and chemical agents. So we would just write this, that for media and for air what techniques are used. So for media, by boiling, by passive live steam, by passive live steam, or by autoclaving. By autoclaving. For air, filtration, by filtration, by heat, by electrostatic repulsion, by UV light, or by chemical agents. These are some of the methods through which media and air is sterilized. So like this, we have done air and media sterilization in a well compact and precise manner. We have tried to cover those all things which are necessary to understand the concept. And as we say in the starting and in the end, let's crack CSIR UGC NET together, and let's crack GATE 2021 together. So subscribe our channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit the bell icon for getting all the notifications, and please like the video if you really liked it and if you have gained something out of it. Recently a discount is going on in the Plus subscription, so use my referral code FB01 and get the additional 10% discount, and this discount is going to end soon. Soon the prices are going to increase, so do not make any delay in getting the Plus subscription, which is a paid subscription, and a special subscription, which is a free subscription. For that too, you can use my referral code FB01. So for both of the things, remember the referral code FB01. So a very happy new year to one and all watching the video. Have a blasting new year in terms of your studies and in terms of your career. So thank you in the last for your patient listening. Keep on studying, keep on developing some good new habits in this new year, and lastly, be happy. Keep on studying. It's a bye from my side. We'll be meeting again tomorrow in the morning at 10:30 for talking some interesting topic from the CSIR syllabus, and we'll be meeting in the evening, that is 5 o'clock, and we'll be discussing some important and interesting topic from the GATE syllabus. So tomorrow in the evening time, we'll be doing totipotency in plant cells, and in morning we'll be talking about host parasite model. So be there for the classes. So bye from my side.